Hello, everybody. We are the Geeks and Degenerates. I am Enzo. This is my forever co-host John, and today we talk about The Predator to end this horrible sci-fi week. But yeah, this is directed by one of the main cast of the original Predator, Shane Black, and you would think that he would know his stuff, but apparently he doesn't know how to set the tone of a Predator movie. Apparently.
Remember that scene where Shane Black just makes like horrible, like 70s jokes or 80s jokes?
Oh yeah, when Olivia Munn's stuck in a room with all men, and you're like, "What did you say?"
Yeah, I was like, oh my lordy, oh god, that's just pretty much this entire fucking movie.
Yeah.
And I really don't know what the message was. Where, like the entire plot is people in the spectrum isn't really a disability. It's the next step of evolution. And I was like, okay. I don't know where I stand on that. I really don't. But okay. But I'm not sure if anybody can just look at alien language and just be immediately like, yeah, I know how to read that.
Yeah, it's like learning how to speak on Mars because I have ADHD, you know? Like, I don't think that works that way, but according to this movie's science, it works that way, so I'm like, I'll take this movie's word for it. But I don't know what tone this movie's trying to set. Is it like a the original comedy, or like Lone Survivor, like tone, like the previous, like the original movie, where it's like a bunch of people against this ultimate killing machine, and we're taking things seriously, and then it suddenly jumps to like outdated comedy. Like, even for 2018 standards, you're like, Jesus Christ, why is it so bad? I mean, even in 2018, we were like, wow, that's aged horribly. And now in 2025, like, it still ages horribly. It ages like milk out in the sun. And like Baraka or Palawan or something like that. You're like, oh. The cast looked interesting when the trailers dropped. I was like, oh cool, the guy from Narcos and Sterling K. Brown. That's like a good combination of antagonist and protagonist.
Yeah. Like we got Keegan. We got Michael Key here.
Yeah.
And like, fuck, what's his name again? Punisher guy. Punisher.
Oh, Thomas Jane.
Yeah, he's here too. The others, like, except for the guy from Game of Thrones as well. I don't know. God, the black guy.
Sterling K. Brown. Oh, sorry.
No.
Rhodes.
The guy who shot himself. Like.
Oh yeah. Trevante Rhodes.
Yeah, I don't know where he's from all that much, especially the other guy, the Mexican guy.
Yeah, same here.
So like, yeah, okay, I know Psylocke is here. It's just weird because so we start off, the alien spaceship falls down. We get our main character. He goes in. He takes one of the equipment, and then pretty much ships it to his house.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. He needs the evidence. But the alien that they got is a friend of theirs?
Yeah, he's trying to warn them of bigger predator that's there to not help humanity fight off bigger predator. And you're like, okay.
And like they added new lore to the whole why predators take out spines.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? It's that like they hunt the best of the best, take out their spine, and then use it so they could splice it up
with
for
themselves.
Their own species.
I
was like, oh, what?
I'm glad they got that bit of lore in Prey and the next Predator movie, because I'm like, that. Yeah, I don't buy that, since the Predators hunt like xenomorphs and other things across the universe. I don't see them suddenly have like a second mouth or whatever xenomorph has, or acid for blood. But I do like the fact that that one action scene in the lab where small predator wakes up and just kills other lab people. Including the son of the actor from Predator 2. I forgot his name. But yeah, he's here. Hold on, go ahead while I look up IMDb. Oh, the scientist, the head scientist.
I love how we have zero energy for this fucking movie.
Because it's not good. No, the main Santa's guy, he's Jake Busey, Gary Busey's son. In real
Oh
life.
yeah.
He even kind of
No,
talks
he
like him.
looks so familiar with the teeth and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was here for a while. I don't even know if he was alive or dead.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I forget how much of a over-the-top villain Sterling K. Brown is too. Since I've been watching a lot of This Is Us, I was like, oh cool, I'm now a big fan of his. And I see him here,
Yeah.
I'm like, I've never seen you this over the top, man. I don't know what direction they gave you, but it's
Dude,
not good.
like I love Sterling K. Brown. Like I love him in like Invincible. I love him in Waves, and I'm like him here as a villain. He's a really good villain. Just saying. Just not here.
Yeah,
like,
he was Killmonger's
I don't know.
dad.
yeah, I don't know what's up with him. Where he's just like he would say something, or maybe put out a joke, and he'd have that weird ass laugh.
I know.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, like he has a wonderful voice. I just don't know why this movie just doesn't give him more to do. And he just ends
don't-
in the weirdest way. You're like, what? What happened?
Yeah, I like this guy talks so much shit too. Like
Yeah.
this guy talks a shit ton of shit,
Yeah.
and for him to go out like that, I was like, dude, what the fuck?
I do love that one quote when he's like, when he says, Predator's idea of tourism is fucking you up. I was like, oh, cool. That's like the beginning of the movie. I'm like, I like that they're setting the tone. And then we get to like weird, outdated 70s jokes. And that one guy making a joke in the elevator is like, is this room getting longer? I'm like, what? What?
I don't know. By the way, God, his name keeps like escaping me. The guy who plays Punisher,
Thomas Jane?
Thomas Jane. There we go.
The guy with Tourette's?
Yeah. There were some parts where he was a bit funny.
Eh.
It caught me off guard where like he's walking into the bus and the guy from Narcos points a gun at him because he's like on high alert
Yeah.
and he just goes fuck me with an aardvark. That got me a bit.
Yeah.
But after that I was just like, okay, the jokes are getting odd even for like Keegan-Michael Key. He was a little bit
Off.
off. Like he delivers very well and he
Yeah.
gives it like his all and he like commits to it.
Yeah.
It's just the jokes itself. I was just like, I'll be very surprised if he's the one who wrote it, but at the same time I'm just like, eh.
Yeah. What else is there to talk about this movie? The action's like passable.
Sure. Like once we had that like smaller Predator, that shit was great. I love the entire design of that Predator.
Yeah.
I really wish it stuck around. Like the entire plot of that. Hey, this thing actually is for humanity, and
Yeah.
it's like trying to warn us. Imagine how cool it would be that you have a team of loony bins willing to fight a giant predator while they have like a predator of their own,
Yeah.
like backing them up. And I'm just like, that's cool. Never happened because
Small Predator gets
Probably-
taken out.
yeah. Like early on into this movie, dude just gets his head caved in. And I'm like, oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. It's like, I was rooting for you, but I guess you're not the main protagonist, or at least not the main Predator protagonist here. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you, I was like, I was hoping they would team up against bigger Predator, but it's not the case here. They get one of the dogs to work for them for a bit. You're like, that's cool that they brought them back, but at the same time, I'm like, the comedy's still not landing. Nothing's landing in this
Yeah.
movie. Like, I was really
No, not at all.
forward to this movie in 2018. I came out so disappointed. I was like, man,
Because it had a rating of R, and it's
Yeah.
not because it was okay. It was a bit gory, but it wasn't that gory.
yeah.
It was mostly because they used the F word a lot.
Yeah, especially Thomas Jane and Keegan-Michael Key, where like I
Yeah.
have never begged a Punisher actor and Keegan-Michael Key to be like, can you lessen the F-bombs, please? You sound like children. I don't like it.
Yeah. It's just like raunchy comedy, and I'm just like, all right, can we just get this over with? You know?
Yeah. Especially that scene when they're with Olivia Munn in the hotel room by themselves, and she's surrounded by them, and Thomas Jane says something, and that's when I was like, what the fuck did you say?
I was like, oh my god, this is horrible. Like the entire scene where I'm just like, I don't know if like any of the actors want to be here right now.
Yeah, I was like, well, nothing's landing in this movie, so why would this scene land? Like the only people I really like since I'm attached to from other properties is Boyd Holbrook and Sterling K. Brown. The rest I'm like, you're kind of annoying at this point. Olivia Munn's kind of useless. Keegan
sadly,
not funny.
Yeah, like sadly, Sterling K. Brown fucking blows his head off.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
yeah.
Why?
The first time in the theater, I was like, where the fuck did he go? I thought he was still here.
Yeah, like you missed it, kind of deal.
Yeah. And even the last fight, I was like, well, this is kind of underwhelming, like this movie.
Is it just me? But for some reason, does the gunshots here sound lackluster?
You know what? It's been a couple of
they
weeks
sound like
since
they're
I've seen
coming out
this.
of a BB gun.
Kind of. I'm drawing from memory since did see this a few weeks ago, so
yeah,
kind of. But it's
because I watched it recently, and like they got like, oh, one of them has a big gun. Sure, I guess it could be suppressed, like there's a silencer on it. But I've heard guns with silencers on it in movies that sound cool. I know, say if you're trying to go for realism here, but you're trying to make a Predator movie for fuck's sake. I'm like, why does the gun sound like it got no oomph to it?
Got no bite.
You got no bite. Where I'm like, yeah, it doesn't feel like you're gonna be affecting this thing.
Yeah, it's like going up against a Predator is hard enough. Your guns sound like you're shooting BB guns, and you're like, are you just tickling the Predator, or you're just wasting time? Like again, like this movie where you're like, I don't see the point of this movie actually. Like I can't.
Yeah.
I can't tell if this is a sequel. I know it's a sequel to the original, but like, I don't know how this pushes the plot of the Predators forward. Like Predators expanded the lore. Predator 2 was just seeing a Predator in like an urban setting and it's like a guilty pleasure for a lot of people. The Predator, I was like, where does this push the plot forward? How?
This is a thing that I've also noticed, is that the environment itself looks weirdly on a set.
Yeah.
I know that they might have like probably filmed this outside, but everything just looks the same. We have a scene where our main guy is in like a South American area. He has a job to do, and then that's when the Predator comes in. I was like, okay, cool. And then we cut to them being in the US. I was like, why does it look like South America still?
Yeah, right.
You know,
actually.
Like they still got the same set and same color and same tone. I'm like, the world felt so bland.
Yeah,
They felt like they were in a box.
Actually, I was like, why does South America look like the backwoods of some park in the US? You know?
Right?
Like, they're like, let's pick that park. It looks forested enough to be South America.
Yeah, we just slap on the South American name right there.
Yeah, and the South American filter, so people can tell the difference, like in most Michael Bay movies, or at any movie where you're like, oh, I guess we're in Mexico because the color grading's different. Sure.
Narcos.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, as you can tell, obviously, for this horrible sci-fi week, we end with like how we began with Terminator Genisys. Now we end with the Predator. And I'm glad all of these franchises have like been given like a boost with the Terminator anime. Alien has come back with Romulus. Predator has 2 new movies this year with Predator Killer of Killers and Predator Badlands. So I'm hoping they continue this trend of like, oh, we finally remember how to do Alien, Terminator, and Predator right. Because I'm tired of being like, you're getting everything wrong. Like Ridley Scott being like, xenomorphs are not the perfect organisms. They're manufactured by android that went psycho, and the Predator has no idea of what tone is. Yeah, I'm glad these franchises are getting their old spirit back. Like Predator has a tone. Aliens is finally realizing that, oh yeah, we're supposed to be scary. Terminator 2 as well. And hopefully these franchises stay on track. I hope, like, we finally learned our lessons of the late 2000s and early 2010s, and just continue on this trend because these are good franchises, and I don't want to see them run to the ground. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Without further ado, what would you rate The Predator?
I'd rate Predator. Fuck me. Like around a 3 out of 10. It's not great. That's all I gotta say. It's not great. Because the conclusion is that, yes, the kid, he's Alpha Predator. He'll be a future leader.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you know what? Like, I'm all for that. Like, and all, but it's just that it was such a stretch with how they did it here in this movie. And I'm like, okay. The actors, as great as they are in their own movies, I'm guessing. Yeah, no. Not at all. Like, oh, that's my new suit, Bubba. I'm like, what?
They did the thing in Independence Day 2 where they're like, we're taking the fight to the aliens. You're like, no, you're not. This movie's dead. This franchise is dead.
Yeah. they stopped you right dead in your tracks. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The CGI for the Predators, besides the first one, the first one was great. It looked fucking amazing. It was just the Alpha Predator looking thing.
Yeah.
Nah.
Not impressed.
There was a shit ton of CGI to a point where I feel like it even have shadow. Like that's how bad I think it was. Like, I don't know. You could just see how detached it is from compared to everything else.
Yeah.
And like even the other characters, like, you know, the Looney Squad, when they started dying off, I was like, couldn't care less.
Yeah, it's
like our main guy could have died and be like, damn. Anyway,
everything has failed in comparison to Predators and the original Predator, where you're like, oh no, not Carl Weathers, oh no, Adrian Brody's in trouble, and you're like, you care for these characters. Here I'm just like, oh no, not Sterling K. Brown died, and then Sterling K. Brown dies, and you're like, oh no, not. Actually, I didn't see what happened. So what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, like they both got impaled by the Predator, and then they're like, as bros, they shot each other.
Oh yeah,
as bros.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be a very.
Oh, yeah, it does glorify like the whole like U.S. military thing.
Oh, definitely.
Too, in such a weird way. We're like, we're soldiers. Yeah, we're soldiers. Yeah. I'm a human weapon. And I'm like, okay,
cool.
Yeah, like, that's great. You know, like how like he's in the interrogation room where they're like, oh, are you posing as a threat? And I was like, I'm a U.S. sniper. Isn't that the fucking point? And I'm like,
cool.
I was like, sure, buddy. Anyway, I guess it was kind of cool in their head, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just lackluster in every department except for the Predator. The Predator was probably the best thing in this fucking movie. Sterling K. Brown to a degree, I guess, but he died weirdly. But yeah. Did I enjoy this movie? Somewhat. Did I hate it? Yes.
Does it have to exist? Not really.
No. Like you could like with all of those Predator movies, you could skip 2 and this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. 3 is the best score I can give it. Boyd Holbrook and Sterling K. Brown earned 2 of those. And small Predator dude is cool to look at, and I love the fact that he stuck to practical. But when it got to like the tone, the CGI, the chemistry with the actors is off at times, or not at times, but most of the time. And I'm just like, well, I still yearn for the good old days of Arnold's Predator team and Adrian Brody's Predator team rather than the loony bins of this one. So action and mediocre conclusion. I'm just like, well, I guess we'll never see a sequel to Shane Black's The Predator. Thank fucking Christ. And it took years.
We don't need to see that the Predator mech thing.
Yeah, Then it took years for Predator to bounce back. It took years for Prey to come out. I think the gap between the Predator and Prey was like 4 years apart or 5 years apart,
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, not the best, and I'm glad again. I'm just glad all of these franchises are back on track where they should be, and hopefully they stay on track for this round. And hopefully
Got it.
both Predator movies, the animated one and the live action one this year, turn out pretty well.
Yeah.
Anything else to add before we wrap this up?
No, I'm just glad that Predator's kind of back on track with like Prey, and especially the whole like the two new Predators are coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like people finally got a good look at just like what they have, and they're just like, yo, we gotta take good care of this.
It used to be really good, now it's shitty, and then now it's good again.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see better things from these franchises. But yeah, that's been our review on the Predator, and this has been our shitty sci-fi movie week. I hope you liked us suffering through these movies. But if you want to see more of us, hopefully talk about better things, or maybe shitty things as well, please leave a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok. TikTok to see your best and funniest moments, Spotify to hear us on the go. And the video Zodas was on TikTok and Wolf on Letterboxd. Where can they find you?
You can find me at JomJoM_ on Instagram. It is Marica.
And until the next one, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.